Hey guys, Caleb's Cards here, coming at you with a contest video announcement. I wanted to do this video for you to inform you and let you know that you can sign up if you would like to, and let you kind of know what I plan on doing and what Chase and I plan on doing. It was probably a couple years ago, I hosted the Battle of the Decades contest, which was actually a contest that was inspired by the Facebook group page Massachusetts, which was started by Andy Summers, and um, they did something like that along with Stacey Shaper and Andy and stuff, and it was a lot of fun. And unfortunately, they didn't bring it back, and that was probably about 2016. I just asked if I could, a few years later, if I could make something like that my own, and they gave me the permission to do so. So I started that, and we'd had baseball. Um, like the 1950s and 60s versus 90s baseball, and it was any baseball could have been college, professional, it didn't matter. And then the next season we tried Star Wars versus Star Trek, so Battle of the Fandoms. Unfortunately, that didn't pan out, and just through some unforeseeable circumstances, just kind of soured the whole contest, and I decided to upend it. So I got to thinking just today, and I was like, I'd really kind of like to bring that back and maybe try something a little different. We'll see how it goes. Kind of bring the TTM community together, hopefully, where it's not necessarily for like a prize or anything. Maybe it's just for bragging rights, I guess. I will try to do something for you guys for the winning team, and maybe even for everybody, depending on how many participate. Um, it won't be able to be much because I don't have that much money, but it would be something. I'd definitely try. But I figured it's kind of like a cool contest to be goal oriented towards something, and then you're gonna get some more autographs for your collection just by doing your normal thing. And it doesn't matter how many you send out. You can send out just a few. If your limit is just 5 or 10 a month, hey, that's something. If you send 50 a week, hey, 100 doesn't matter. Um, your goal is just try and get some points for your team. And everybody and anyone is welcome, just as long as you are a subscriber or a follower. I will allow like a follower, like on Instagram or Facebook or whatever it may be, of either my channel or Chase's channel or vlogs or anything like that on the social media side. If you follow that, as long as you have some way to be able to communicate with us, whether through the app, through the social media apps, through email, through text, if you have our number, through the comment section of YouTube, through, you can tag on your YouTube videos so we can see it. You can participate in this, so would love to see you guys join in. So for this contest, I did a quick poll, and it seemed like the majority want all sports. So that could be, as long as it's a sport and there's a card out there, you can send to that person and possibly get points. So, and this will be cards only. We won't do photos or anything other memorabilia items just because it's too hard to prove necessarily what year or what range that they are from. So we figure just do cards, and it's going to be Team 80s versus Team 90s. Chase is going to be, or Chase and I are going to be decided what decade we are. I'm gonna randomize it to figure out what we are here at the end of the video. So I have no idea yet. It'll be a surprise for us. Um, and then after everybody's signed up, we'll randomize all the teams. So then we're not going to be like picking anybody. We're not going to be, picking favorites or anything. It'll be all random. So whoever lands on what. But I'm giving this chance for you to sign up a couple weeks so you can think about if you want to do this or not, if you can acquire the cards. But this is all sports. So as long as it's a card of that person. Customs, we're not going to count customs. Um, Unless it's like a custom that was from the decade that you are on, for sure. Um, but if it's like one that you just made recently, obviously we can't count that. So try to, if you have 89 tops of somebody and you make a custom card, it's better that you just go with 89 tops for if you're Team 80s. Um, so that's going to be with that. The cards do need to actually show the person on the card. And I'll also leave up for consideration with my co-captain Chase, if he wants to count cards that at least mention that person, like on the back or something. Um, but that might be a little too much, so we might just stick with the, as long as they're pictured on the card. That might make more sense, but we'll see. Um, we let's see, where am I? Checking my notes. So only cards, all sports, it doesn't matter if it's hockey, racing, baseball, whatever. Um, it could even be college or minor league or anything like that, as long as it's a card. Um, you can only get 1 point per person you get back. So say I'll take Chase for instance. He's a super collector of autographs of Charlie Huff. So say if he sends one card to Charlie in November, and then he sends another in February and gets them all back at the same time. Um, he can only get 1 point for those two returns, not 2 points. And it's not points for per card, it's per person. So if you have 50 teammates and they all send to the same person and get them back, that's 50 points for your team. It doesn't matter that it's not like, one person gets this person back and nobody else can get points for them or get no credit for them. It's just per person you write to, you get 1 point for that. I am considering maybe doing 2 points for a paid success. If you have to pay to get a card signed, I'll also leave that as consideration for Chase if he wants to do it or not. And obviously, I will do an update video if there's any rule changes or date changes or anything like that that we wanted to add. But I was also kind of considering that, so that's potentially on the table. So we will run this contest from November 20th to March 31st. So that gives you 2 weeks to sign up for this contest. And it gives you also some time to potentially acquire some cards. But if you're just a hockey guy or just a baseball guy, you can still continue to send out to what you like to send out. You don't have to, go all over the place like I do. If you have a card of that person, just stick, if you want to stick with what you do, that's fine. Just as long as it's within your decade of the team that you're on. So from November 20th after, we might actually, I should do the randomization for the teams a little bit sooner, so we might cut it. Um, we might do the randomization November 18th, so you at least know what team you're on before you start sending out, I guess. So we'll run sign up for from today to November 18th. After that, it's cut off for who can sign up, and then we'll figure out also on that day who's doing what, and then you also see which at the end of the video here which team I'm on and which team Chase is on. The way you can submit your successes is either through video if you do YouTube videos. You can tag us if you just put at Chasing Inc. or at Caleb's Cards uh, somewhere in the description or the title or something like that. We should pop up and we should be able to see your video. You can also leave a comment on our videos. I will leave my email and Chase's email in the description below so you can have that as well. And we'll probably end up trying to make an email list maybe too, or something that we can all communicate on and kind of figure out who's sending the who. And you can pass along tricks and tips if you want. Um, you can submit photos or videos via email, via social media, Instagram, Facebook. Um, just to kind of let us know who you got. You can just send us a list. Hey, I got Bill Landrum and Charlie Huff today on these cards, and then boom, 2 points. Why did that person? So, and I will try to do bi-weekly updates. Maybe actually, might probably better do weekly. Since I'm not doing TTM videos until Christmas, I probably do weekly updates to kind of give a point totals of where both teams are at and make sure we're both on the same page and didn't miss anybody. You do have to have your successes reported by the March 31st deadline to count. Um, So obviously my TTMs, I won't know what I got in until Christmas to be able to report my points yet. And this doesn't matter. You don't have to send your cards out, by the way, beginning at November 20th. It even counts for ones in the past as well. If you sent it out 5 years ago and it comes back within this time, you can count that, just as long as it's within your decade. So, yeah, I think that's about it. Hopefully that covers it. If you have any questions, definitely put them down below. And if you would like to sign up for this, I will put you on a list. And if you decide you can't do it, just let me know, and I can take you off it, and we'll figure out where to go from there. So, without further ado, we'll go ahead and see which team me or Chase ends on. So let's find out. All right, here we go. So I got random.org up here, and we're going to find out how many times we'll randomize a list, like always. This will be how we also decide teams later, so it won't be any different. We always usually roll 2 dice. So the list will be randomized 5 times, and what I did here is I put Team 80s and Team 90s 8 times, and I put my name and Chase's name next to it. So it would Chase, and each one of them should have, at least twice that we are on either the 80s or 90s, so it's a better chance, better odds. So we will randomize this 5 times to find out which team I'll be captaining and kind of helping keep track of the points. So here we go. Number 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm going to be Team 80s, and Chase Ralston's coming up Team 80s, but I'm right there in the top, so I will be Team 1980s, and Chase will be Team 90s. So here we go. So again, this is all sports, so as long as it's a sport, NASCAR, hockey, basketball, football, baseball, you keep going, Olympians. If you got a card of them, it's from the 90s and you're on Team 90s, it counts. So 1990 to 1999. If you're on Team 80s, 1980 to 1989, any cards of those count. So, all right. So, good luck, everybody. Looking forward to seeing who joins, and would love to have you have fun with us. So, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you all. Bye.